Okay, welcome back. Let's explore some more cool things you can do inside Google Vids. And now that we've got some things happening, let's try and put some video of a person in here. Let's open up a new scene. And there's two ways we can do this. We can use it to record ourselves using the camera on the computer, or we could use an AI generated avatar. So let's take a look at both, and then you can decide which you'd like to use. So first of all, I'd need a script. So I've just opened up an extra scene here, and let's click on scripts, and I have a script in mind. Let's paste this in. This is about a fun fact that snakes don't have eyelids. Did you know that? There you go. Snakes do not have eyelids. So first thing I'll do, I'll record myself doing this. So I'm going to click the record myself. And remember, before we did audio, this time I want to do the camera. So let's click on camera, and it will open up my camera. Like so. There you go. Hello. And what it's done is it's put the script for this scene right at the top here. Now I can scroll through here. There's a little teleprompter that's appearing. And because it's at the top of the page, it kind of makes me look like I'm looking at the camera. Now, when this starts recording, you can have it use a mode called read along, which will listen to me read, and the AI will interpret my words, and it'll automatically move across as I read. So I can read at whatever speed I like. Or I could use rolling, and rolling will just have that roll up the screen at a given pace. And I can use this little slider here to make it faster or slower. But if I fall behind or I get too far ahead because I haven't picked the right speed, you might have to do it again. And of course, there's just manual where you can just manually scroll it. I kind of like the read along mode, so let's do this one. And you'll see as soon as I hit this, it's going to start listening to me read, and it's going to advance through the script at the speed that I'm reading. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. They have a clear protective scale called a brill covering each eye. Because of this, they sleep with their eyes open. This brill is shed along with the rest of their skin. Okay, well, I thought that worked pretty well, so I'll give that a thumbs up. It's always good to give the feedback on features, by the way, if something's working well or not working well. It's always good to let people know. Now I can hit the preview button and see what that looks like. Here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. That sounds okay to me. And let's insert that. And you can see that now goes into my video. Now, it's taken up the full screen, but I want to do a comparison between this and the AI generated avatar. So let's just reduce the size of this and just pop that up in the corner like that, just for now. All right. If I was to play the video, you'll see here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. All right. So far, so good. Okay, let's try the second thing, which is to use an avatar. So we already have a script attached to this scene. Let's click on avatar, and you'll see that it opens up. But down the bottom, I get a choice of avatars or computer-generated heads. So let's just see what we have available by clicking on change. So I have a number of people here, and if I hover over any of them, I'll get a little preview.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers...
The voice you select makes a difference in how...
And so, yeah, there's a few there to choose from. I think I'm going to choose...
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will...
Let's choose Kim and say select. So when I press preview, I will get a preview of Kim, this AI character, reading this particular script. Let's go. So that'll just take a moment to do the preview. And one of the things you'll notice when you see the preview
Here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. They have a clear protective scale called a brill covering each eye. Because of this, they sleep with their eyes open. This brill is shed along with the rest of their skin.
Okay, that's pretty good. I was saying you might notice that the lips don't actually sync to the mouth accurately, but that will get fixed as soon as we do the actual generation. So let me click on the generate button, and that will then start generating that avatar. And again, this will take a moment to do, so I'll just pause the video here and pick it up once it's complete. Okay, and here we are. We now have a fully generated video, and let's preview this one. Yeah. Here's a fun fact.
Snakes don't have...
Now, because I have both videos on here at once, let me just move this down and show you what I mean. I do have two videos on here, and if I hit play, they'll both play together. So just for now, let me, do you remember how to do this? You click on the sound button and you mute one of the videos. So now I can listen to this one without it being interrupted. Let's have a listen.
Here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. They have a clear protective scale called a brill covering each eye. Because of this, they sleep with their eyes open. This brill is shed along with the rest of their skin.
That's not bad, and I think you could actually argue it's better than mine. So what I might do is decide to not use mine. So let's click on that one and press the backspace or delete key and have it go away. So I'm going to choose to use Kim because I thought she did a great job. Now let's just close this panel up. My thought here is I want Kim to appear in a circle. So what I need to do is to double click on her and just use the crop feature down here and crop her into more of a square shape. And again, if you've used Google Slides, you're probably pretty familiar with doing this. So just come down there. There is, she's in a square shape. And now she's in a square shape, I can use the crop to shape tool, again, straight from Google Slides, and I'll crop her into a circular shape there, just like that. All right, that looks pretty good. And you can see down here in the preview, that's what we're seeing. Now let's look at a creative way we can use this. And my problem here is going to be that this clip down the bottom here is 11.9 seconds long, but the video I want to generate with VO can only be 8 seconds long. So I need to come up with a creative solution here. So what I'm going to do is go to the stock images, and I've searched for the word snake skin, and I found this nice image of snake skin. So let's take that, and let's take this and make it fill the entire screen like so. And I'm going to stretch this. I know it will stretch and distort slightly, but I don't think it matters for this particular example. And then I'll right click on it and send it to the back. And again, these are skills straight out of Google Slides. So nothing new there, right? Now, I did go to VO before and I generated this couple of clips. I tried a few different ones, but I like this one. So I'm going to insert this clip of this snake with its eyes open, but it's a bit big. So I'm going to bring that down and put it right there, like so. But because this is only 8 seconds long, but I need to fill nearly 12 seconds, what I'm going to do is show the timing on this, and I'm going to move this video along so that it doesn't start straight away. So Kim will start explaining and then the video will appear. So let's check it out. Let's see what happens. Hide the timing. Let's go back to the beginning and hit play.
Here's a fun fact. Snakes don't have eyelids. They have a clear protective scale called a brill covering each eye. Because of this, they sleep with their eyes open. This brill is shed along with the rest of their skin.
All right, great. That's a creative way you can get around the problem of it only being an 8-second video in a longer piece of scene. This still has sound on it, which I don't want. So let's just go in there and mute the soundtrack on that. And I might also just put rounded corners on that because I think it looks nicer. There you go. And there we go. So there we have our final scene in our project. So let's come back and see what we do next.